So it's 3:15 in the morning. I'm in my bedroom and a very deep call to heal is at hand, and I just feel I must share it somehow. I don't know if this is audible or what. I guess it's just in Spirit's hands. I've been staring at this need for the family to change and for myself to change. Aware that when somebody else needs to change, it's about my own discomfort with myself and who I think I am. That's one thing to say. But before I came to Wisconsin here 2 months ago, I've not really felt the closeness of that, just how they are the same thing. The Course talks about the metaphysics of that, how what I see outside is the outside world is just a reflection of an inner condition, the inside, the mind condition. But this goes far beyond metaphysical, intellectual understanding. To be here back with my family now and to feel the pain of wanting them to change. It is so hurtful. It is so painful. I want them so desperately to be different, and they're not different. They're not changing for me. They're not changing because I want them to change. They refuse to change. They refuse to be better. They refuse to be happier. They refuse to look different and sound different. They just won't do it. And I've hated this and I've fought against this my whole life. Since I can remember being, I've been at odds with these particular brothers. I haven't felt like I've belonged. I haven't felt loved. I haven't felt seen or supported or loved or even wanted. I have felt discounted and perceived myself to be very alone, where the family ideal is an ideal where everything fits together in this wonderful flow and everything is perfect and happy, and there's a seamless integration and a love, and fucking it's not here. I have not experienced that. And the conflict in the mind is so extreme. The pain is so extreme. The pain of wanting to save them from themselves. The pain of wanting them to be different. The pain of holding on to the idea of how it's supposed to be for them. The The living situation is supposed to be different. The financial situation is supposed to be different. The condition of this house is supposed to be different. The relationships are supposed to be different. The hatred, the political affiliations are supposed to be different. The ways of communication are supposed to be different, supposed to be better, supposed to be more loving, like how I want it. It's been very challenging to just be with this. To really be with this discomfort constantly for 2 months. All the while knowing that I'm doing it to myself. Perceiving at times that I'm their victim. That they don't give a fuck about me or about peacefulness or about love. And so I'm their victim. And yet over and over, I must face it, that's not the truth. I do this to myself by holding on to what I think this is supposed to be like. What they're supposed to be like. And so this call to finally forgive and let these relationships be healed is at hand. I woke a while ago thinking the light was coming in through the window. It seemed it was coming to daylight. And as I lied here, feeling as if it was time to get up, a scene unfolded in my mind. As I lie here in this bed, seemingly, my mind is calling for healing. And it's clear that I don't know what's going on. I think it's 6 in the morning and I look at my phone. It's 3:13 a.m., which is just bizarre. I swear the sun was coming up through the window. But I must share and I must let this healing occur. I lie here in bed and this scene unfolded in my mind. And I'm so blessed. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to call anyone. I don't have my laptop with me. It's upstairs. I just must share this somehow. I started to journal. It's like, no, you can quietly just make a video while everyone is asleep. You can be awake while they're asleep. And let this healing occur. Pay no mind to the time or the place. I see myself on a plane going I don't know where, and this man is sitting to my left, and he's in turmoil. He's in pain about a relationship, he starts to talk to me. I also realize that Bishop T.D. Lakes is sitting right behind us. I've been listening to T.D. Lakes, a very powerful bishop in LA. He's been helping me tremendously, his videos on YouTube, helping me to wake up and stand up for God and wake up and take responsibility for my mind. And so he's there behind me, listening, witnessing to this conversation. This man starts to tell me about his feelings of abandonment. And Francis and Jason from Living Miracles are also in my mind. I had just listened to a video about abandonment from them from like 7 years ago. I just listened to it yesterday or the day before. So all these tools, all these means that God is using to reach me are all there as this man starts telling me about his pain and about his turmoil, about wanting things to be different, about this pain around a family relationship. I don't even know what kind of relationship. And I ask him, do you really want to know what I think? I think this is so that you can look at your abandonment and let it go. We went through this process of feeling what it feels like to want them to change, to want the situation to change. I took his hand and I asked him to tell me, go there with me. I said, I have to do this too, and I can't do it alone. So just go there with me. Just feel what that feels like. To want it to be different so badly that it blocks all chance of happiness for yourself. It must be different, and it's not different. And how long has this delay been going on? How long have these beliefs, this unwillingness to accept, how long has it been holding love back? How long has it been allowed to stay in place so that pain could be the experience instead of acceptance? And letting go, it's time to let go. It's time to let these relationships be what they are. It's time to let go of the need to change. What this is so that I can feel better. The need for others to be different is the need for me to suffer, and the desire for me to hold on to guilt and my own damnation. So just to feel that with someone, holding this man's hand with the bishop behind me and my mighty companions in my mind, and everyone on the plane was in a hush, listening very intently, witnessing to this very honest exchange between me and this stranger on this plane. The ego of man trembles at this, and the angels gather and surround us in song and support of the healing that is at hand. And all are witnesses to this miracle that is being called forward. The miracle of forgiveness, the miracle of letting go of the need for things to change. How long has this delay gone on? Moment by moment, hour by hour, by day, by week, by month, by year, by decades, by centuries, on and on. The addiction to the way things are in this world. The need to fight with what is, it all comes down to these relationships. It's all there. My need to punish myself by making it wrong for others to appear how they appear. My need to believe that it's all about me and who I am, and that how my family is how I am, and that I can't allow myself to be happy unless they're different. The belief that if I really let go, I'm abandoning them. And by them not changing, they are abandoning me. I believe in abandonment, and it's time to let it go. It's time to see beyond this. There's so much support to let this go. Everything is calling. To let this go. And to find my strength only within. And cease looking for it without. To stop pretending that the world is an accident. To recognize that it reflects very clearly what I believe about myself. I believe that I'm wrong. I believe that I must change. I believe that I'm this person and that I have fucked it up from the beginning, and that I am doomed to fuck it up eternally. I don't live right. I don't love right. I don't think right. I don't eat right. I don't talk right. I don't do anything right. And that pain is so great. That need to feel I've been abandoned. The need to be a victim instead of taking responsibility for my state of mind is so great that I've had to project it out and blame others for my state of mind and make them guilty so that I wouldn't have to look at my own responsibility. And that pain wants to hide underneath issues, opinions, politics, any idea it can hide under, any filthy cold rock it can hide under, it will. So that I don't come to this point and face it and let it go. As I sit with this man on this airplane, our hands so tightly clenched together, I beg him, please do this with me. I'm looking at this too. I can't do this alone. Please go there with me. Feel the pain of wanting it to change. And let it go. Give up this fight. These relationships tell me about myself. They tell me what I believe. And yet I'm surrounded by support on all sides. I am surrounded by exactly what I need. And it's all been helpful. Every YouTube video, every conversation, every Facebook post, every insight as I'm walking down the stairs. Tonight was a night of silence here. The power was out. And so for once, it was quiet in this house. It was beautiful. I had to cancel my Zoom session because there was no internet. And I just knew the power was going to be out for a while, and it was. It came on the middle of the night. There's always distraction here in this house. The TV's always fucking blaring. Can't live without the TV on. News and sitcoms. And the occasional religious content, which is really beautiful. There's candles lit up everywhere. Feeling the cold settle in. And no TV, no nothing. It was was such a contrast to how it usually is in this house. And my brother didn't like it at all. He said, I can't just sit here staring at the walls. I'm thinking, I was so enjoying myself just cooking dinner on the stove with my headlamp and the candles and the lights. Just having a quiet, simple, just making dinner and just enjoying hearing nothing but the sound of my feet and the stirring of soup in a pot and the soft glow of lights. Just enough light to see. I just love that. So precious. Simple. Just enough to take care of the body's needs. Nothing more. Nothing less. And my mother and I were saying how nice it was, and my brother left. And I was just noticing how much I love quiet, and I have really missed the quiet here. There's not quiet here very often. And it hurts to not have quiet. And I'm trying to fit in here where I don't fit in. And I want them to change so that I can feel better, so that I can get my needs met, but it's not happening. And so I question, how long am I supposed to be here? Should I start working more hours and just get out of here sooner? I really don't know. But this contrast experience tonight keeps coming in, that I just don't belong here. And me coming in and trying to change the way things are here is not the way. I've been wrong. I am mistaken. That's not why it's here. It's here because I need to forgive. It's here so I can let go of this small, limited concept of myself. It's all about my own self-concept. I've been hanging on to limitation. I've been hanging on to my own weakness, trying to make it be who I am. And it's not so. I'm just seeing the squirming in the silence tonight. The discomfort. I can't stare at these four walls. I'm like, well, I can't wait to just sit and quietly read and eat my meal. I can read. I can write. I can meditate on the day. What a beautiful invitation. I don't have to fit in here. And I don't have to make them be different in order for me to be happy. This healing has been called for since time began. It's the most important healing I've ever been called to. And as I lied here and held that man's hand on the plane, and we cried and just felt the futility of trying to change what won't change. with it. And saw that there was a miracle being called forward. I feel the power of God and Spirit and angels witnessing. And that quiet, that hush, it was so silent. And a plane filled with people, nobody said a word. Everything was quiet and straining to hear every word we were saying. Because it's for all of us. We all want to stop suffering. We all want to be so honest and let the pain be heard. Let it come up and be felt. And admit how badly it hurts to want things to be different. But they're not different. And to come to this place of being willing to accept now. Accept what is in the world, because I don't live here. I don't have to live here. I can let it fall apart. I can let myself fall apart. And just surrender. Give up the fight. And feel this rush of support coming from all directions. Yes, 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 yes. We are here for you. We hold space for you. We are listening. Feel the feeling of utility. Feel the feeling of being completely powerless to change my brothers, to change the world into being more loving, to end racism, to stop the abuse of children, to allow addictions to end, to allow manipulation and abuse to end in the world so that I can be happy. I take full responsibility for my experience and for my state of mind. And I choose to align myself with the truth that is far beyond the world that I've been demanding change for me. Instead, I choose to change for it. I choose to change my mind for the benefit of the world and myself. I choose to let the world be just as it is. I choose to rise above and let go of the opinions and the need to blame the world for how I feel. I choose to accept the healing that is called forward. as this pain ran through us and this call became clear and known to us on this airplane, I just sat back and the drink cart came. The drink cart came. And I said, I was so thirsty. It's like I am now. So thirsty. I sat back and wondered what would be appropriate. What do I want? I said, I'd love a ginger ale and a bag of chips. That's what the world can offer me. A ginger ale and a bag of chips. And that can be perfect. The world offers meager offerings. But the spirit within, the divinity within that calls me to let go of these painful attachments gives me everything. Freedom, the courage to expose and express myself. The strength to feel this pain and to finally bid it farewell. And I must acknowledge it's not about them. It's about Robin. It's about who lies underneath. I've punished Robin tremendously, believing myself to be her and believing her to be very wrong, very guilty and evil and stupid, selfish, bitchy, cruel, indifferent, pathetic, hopeless, depressed, damaged, shameful. Deceitful, a big fat liar, and so deserving of guilt. I have abused her and treated her very callously. It's time to let that go now. I judge and condemn others to distract myself from my own self-hatred. And that is really what's being called for here. To let that go. To let that go. It's all about me. Seems to be about these other relationships. But that's just the beginning. The mind is really a mystery to me. The need to punish is coming into full awareness over and over. It's time to let the cycle in of self-debasement, trying to fit in a world and a family and a house that I just don't fit into. And then holding this conflict in place rather than just letting it be and loving it anyway. So as the scene unfolded in my mind and came to a close, I had to turn the light on. I had to share. I'm just like, I have to share this. I have to share this. How do I share it? I don't have my laptop. I'm gonna wake everybody up. Of course, I didn't realize it was 3 a.m. So thank you, phone. Thank you, phone, for receiving this for me, for being my mighty companion, my friend, for witnessing for me. Everything's been orchestrated to force me to go within and face my thoughts. My Zoom session being canceled. I was gonna join with Kenneth, and that just didn't feel right. So that didn't happen. I was gonna make other phone calls. It just didn't happen. The temptation to punish myself and judge that came in. But it's all been to direct me within my own mind so that I could come to this point and have this experience. Just allow myself to be with it and go through. Thank you. Thank you. Plane's taking off. Everything that's needed is present. Everything's being arranged. All the puzzle pieces are in place. The pieces on the chessboard are moving in perfect position. I'm in a perfect position to forgive, to let go of judgment, and to let the wisdom in my mind take charge, and to love my brothers, not because they change or they don't change, to love Robin, not because she's a certain way, but because I am none of these things. I am not a family of bodies, of people that live and die. I am of the family of God. I am the family of spirit, and everyone is. I pray to see the masks for what they are, and to recognize only the truth beyond the masks of personality, of behavior. It's all a deception of my own design. And it wants to be healed. It wants to be healed and forgiven and released, to end the battle against love and peace and joy. And so I join with you, Spirit and mighty companions. I witness your healing as you witness mine, and I honor you and congratulate you a job well done. Well done. Been fooled for a while, mistaking the world for who I am, mistaking the world for my home. The characters in the world have played their roles very well, and they deserve a round of applause and a standing ovation. Good job. I was entertained and fully engrossed in this play that's been playing out. And now I see I am just merely a spectator. And I can leave the theater and nothing is lost. Nothing need change. The script is perfect. And I am not the script. I am the writer of the script. Job well done. And it's time to go home.